Line 3 protesters have been given an eviction notice by the courts and have been told to move out. They're holding a news conference on this Monday afternoon, and they released this statement regarding that eviction notice.
Today, Enbridge issued a letter alleging that a certain group of people is trespassing on its pipeline easement and demanded that we depart the premises. We respectfully decline. We are not a certain group of people, but members of various bands of Anishinaabe people with constitutionally guaranteed rights to hunt, fish, gather, and travel on lands that we ceded to the United States government. Throughout the multi-year Enbridge Line 3 review process, Enbridge and the state of Minnesota have remained willfully ignorant of our rights established under the treaties of 1837, 1854, and 1855. Right where we stand is the 1855 treaty area. Our treaty rights are the supreme law of the land, according to the Article 6 of the U.S. Constitution. These take precedent over state-approved easement or trespass laws. We dispute many of the assertions in Enbridge's June 12th letter. Enbridge continues to call this a replacement project. It is not. It is a new and larger pipeline along a new route. That's not a replacement. Enbridge's letter states that trespassers claim to be present on the site to conduct religious ceremonies. It was not a claim, but a fact. The ceremony is ongoing. Our people continue to fast and pray for the protection of the water and the land. Enbridge's letter said we have caused significant damage to property and equipment. This is not true. There was nothing here when we arrived other than a wood plank road that was already carved up by the coming and going of heavy equipment. There was no equipment here to damage. Enbridge's letter states that we are endangering the health and safety of construction workers and the trespassers themselves. Speaking for ourselves, we do not feel endangered, nor have we seen any Enbridge workers since we arrived who might be endangered. This is corporate hype, to create fear. Our presence is peaceful, nor are we trespassing. Truth is, it's Enbridge and its workers who have endangered the health and safety of our Indigenous people. It is Enbridge supporters who have endangered the lives of our elders, almost running one over. They've been speeding by here daily, fast and aggressive. We also heard an explosion the other night and many gunshots last night. Truth is, it's Enbridge that has endangered us. Enbridge began Line 3 construction while the pandemic was still out of control. Indigenous peoples have suffered disproportionately from COVID, yet the state and Enbridge showed little concern. Further, Indigenous people have repeatedly raised concern about an increase in sex and drug trafficking due to the influx of out-of-state Line 3 construction workers. Enbridge wrote a weak human trafficking prevention plan, and the state rubber-stamped it. The state imposed no reporting requirement on sex trafficking arrest, let alone imposed any sanctions on Enbridge for violations. This was callous and irresponsible. Enbridge's letter states it has made multiple overtures to the trespassers. We are confused by this statement because we're not trespassing. The June 12th letter was the first communication we received. We haven't received anything. Enbridge refers to us as criminals. Enbridge is the criminal. It's been cited multiple times for safety violations. It's responsible for the 2010 crude oil spill in Michigan's Kalamazoo River that took several years and $1.2 billion to clean up. And what I hear, it hasn't cleaned up entirely. You can't clean it up in entirety. In the most recent outrage, Enbridge is seeking to mess with more of our clean water. It originally asked the state for a permit allowing it to dewater 510.5 million gallons of water for construction. On Friday, it amended its request to 5 billion gallons of water, or 10 times the original amount. And this during a state of drought. Enbridge and the state of Minnesota have repeatedly failed to respect our treaty rights, our lands, and our water. We wait with great anticipation to hear the decision on a major lawsuit before the Minnesota Court of Appeals challenging Line 3 permits. We will have more to say tomorrow. Rise, Resilient Indigenous Sisters Engaging includes women from Leech Lake, Fond du Lac, and White Earth who have came together to stop Line 3. We are the women calling upon you to rise and protect all that is sacred. Miigwech. Thank you for listening.